Kyle, how did Brian look his first week back as an active player?
Look good, and he's been working hard, all fall camp and all during the first 3 weeks of the season. He's, like I said in the press conference, probably taken double the reps as a scout team player than he would have as a defensive player. So he's stayed in shape, and he's been in all the meetings, obviously, and he looked real good today. Very, very good to have him back, and very little rust. He's pretty sharp. Now it's not game action, that's a different deal, but hopefully it'll translate to good reps in the game.
What did you study ASU? Are they as good as their record is this year?
Yes, for sure. They should be 3-0. Or could be 3-0 very easily. They missed 3 field goals against Missouri. They had the ball like the 21 going in with a couple minutes left, down 4, and ended up turning the ball over. But they're a quality football team. They've always had talent. When Coach Graham got there, the cupboard was full. They got speed, they got athleticism, they got size on both sides of the line, and he's doing a nice job taking that talent and putting it within the framework of his schemes.
Overall, going into the Pac-12 last year, you kind of made do with a makeshift offense. Do you look at this year as more of a true gauge of where this program is in the league? Well,
we hope so. I think that we have certainly more going for us right now than I think we did last year at this time. But we're a work in progress. The offensive line really is, as they go, so will go our offense. That's the way I see it. And they have improved, but we've still got a lot of work to do.
Can you talk a little bit about that, kind of relating how Reggie Dunn has helped you guys out a little bit around the edges?
Yeah, that was big. He came up big in the last game, and there was maybe no bigger play in the game than that little rocket screen he caught and got up 30 yards and put us in that flipped the field. Had we got pinned in our own territory and not been able to flip the field, it would have been a much more difficult task to keep the field goal off the board. But that was a big play, and he made several big plays, and that's what we've been hoping for. Waiting for that for a lot of years now. It showed up when it's happening.
How can he help the run game with that? Because we talked about the depth of the run game, but all of a sudden it's Reggie Dunn again.
Yeah, well, when they pack the box and load up the box, those laser screens, rocket screens are built into the run game packages, and when they commit X amount of players in the box, that triggers the quarterback to get the ball in the perimeter, and so it's a cat and mouse game. If they go out there and take it away, obviously we're not going to throw it, they're going to run the ball inside. So it's a read by the quarterback that he has to make.
Kyle's a competitive guy. That 4-5 conference record last year, imagine it hasn't sat well. Is it nice to get back into Pac-12 play and do something about that?
It is, but the Pac-12 is markedly better this year than last year, and so it's all relative. But certainly we're not satisfied by any means with a 4-5 Pac-12 record, although there is some positives when you look at how we started and then how we finished. I mean, there's a big positive there, but still the end net result of the whole season in its entirety was left us some room for improvement.
Any sense that this team has had a little bit of a letdown after that emotional win, energy-wise?
It wasn't apparent in practice today, but there's always that, worry of a hangover after a very emotional win like we had on Saturday. But I think last year we had the luxury of bye after arriving for sure. So yeah, we got to pick ourselves up, or not pick ourselves up, but make sure we're really ready and allow that to happen. We got to be up there. Yes, it's a competitive conference, and we got to be up exactly like we were last Saturday every single week. We got to do that 9 more times.
So speaking of the win, the noise played a big factor for BYU. They're kind of exposed with all the false starts and everything. Riley Nelson said that they were exposed, and to credit the crowd. You guys are going to be facing that this week, visiting an opponent. What are you guys doing to prepare for that noise, which will probably be remarkably louder than what you faced on offense?
I'm sorry, it'll be...
Your offense hasn't had to deal with a lot of noise except for Utah State.
Well, Utah State, yeah.
Yeah. But, so what are you guys doing in practice?
In preparation for the crowd noise, we're listening to, or we're not listening, but we're piping in crowd noise. We put the offense in the indoor today and piped in the crowd noise, which amplifies it when you're inside. You also have tactics with certain visual movements or cues to snap the ball. So you have to be equipped for that, and our guys are already started on that today. So we hope that we can negate that as best we can. But it's always an advantage to play at home. Our crowd was great on Saturday, and there's no doubt that I don't know how many false starts they had. 4, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. But a great deal of that credit goes to our crowd for causing that.
So you're not mad at them for getting that?
Mad at our crowd for that? No, I'm not mad at our crowd for anything. We just got to be, come up with some better ways to maintain order towards the end of a football game.
I think there should maybe be some ushers or some security given to go.
That's not my area, but I'm hoping we're working on that.
I'll give the suggestion.
Okay.
Coach, sorry if this got asked already. How did John White look in practice today?
He didn't go today. He's still
no reps for him today.
No reps today. He's still. We're just making sure that we get him feeling exactly right before.
Whose decision was that he didn't go? Was that his or the trainer's?
Larry Scott's talked about installing an injury report for the whole conference after.
Okay, if he does, as long as it's a level playing field, I've got no qualms about that whatsoever. In fact, I think the NFL system is great.
Do you?
We have probable, questionable, doubtful, all that. And so, as long as everybody's on the same page, then I think it's a great thing. What we don't want is an uneven playing field. That's all we're trying to accomplish here.
How much of it is really a mind game? When you know a guy's going to go or not go, or
not much. Not much. It's just a matter of why. With the things it's structured how it is now, why divulge if you don't have to?
Right.
Why give your opponent that advantage or that knowledge when you don't have to, and vice versa? But I would be all for a blanket uniform policy on how to address injuries. I think that's a good idea.
Was there something that